Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Stacy and this is the For Bricks and Giggles YouTube channel. For today's video, I have a 35-pound bulk lot of mostly 90s Lego to go through. So let's get started. Alright, so here we have part of the 35-pound bulk lot that I just got in the mail. It was about $200 for all 35 pounds. And it looks to be mostly 90s Lego, maybe a little bit of very early 2000s, but for the most part, I think it's mostly 90s. So I have gone through a little bit of it to pull out some minifigures and some electronic pieces. I did see some pieces on the top that were battery powered, and I wanted to make sure to get those out before dumping it so that way when I go to wash it they don't get mixed in. So I'll actually show you the electronic pieces first because I haven't looked them up yet to see what they go to. I have an idea but I haven't checked to see specific sets yet. So first off we've got a black battery box. Got a random piece still attached to it. And we did test it and it does still work, which is awesome. So in black it looks like it's mostly in some 90s space sets. And I have seen a lot of space in here, so narrowing it down will be a little bit challenging, but I definitely think it's a space set, whether it's UFO or maybe even Technic. It could possibly be Technic because I have seen some Technic in here as well. The other electronic piece I was super excited about was this one. So again, thinking maybe UFO or insectoids. So I'm going to see what sets this goes in. I did also test it and it does work. And shockingly enough, the batteries had been left in both of these pieces, but they were not corroded, which I thought was crazy because we checked it and the batteries had expired in 2003. And usually, I mean, stuff corrodes fairly quickly, so that it was shocking that they had expired in 2003, it's 2021, and no corrosion on any of the batteries. So my guess for this piece is that it is set 6969, the Celestial Stinger, which is an insectoid set. So apparently this piece came in 4 sets, but just based on the pieces I'm seeing, I think that's definitely one of them. And there was a second one in here, so there are 4 sets this go with, so it could also be the Arachnoid Starbase or Sonic Stinger, or apparently there was a Sonic Stinger that came with like a promotional mask of some sort, so could be any of those. Honestly, I don't really have any of these insectoid sets because that was shortly before my time in Lego, so I would be ecstatic with any of those if I'm able to complete them. There were also a couple of boats. So some larger chunks, actually in pretty nice condition. Usually these yellow pretty bad from what I've seen, so that is exciting. And some kind of rescue boat. So shockingly, these parts look like they're in really nice condition for the most part. Just a little bit dusty, but really not dirty. And the person who shipped them actually shipped them inside of the plastic tote inside of the box. So my guess is these have probably been sealed off in a plastic tote for a very long time, keeping them from yellowing and from getting really dirty, which is awesome. So I'm just going to start looking through a little bit more of this to see what all is in here. Right off the top, I've seen a couple of these larger quarter pieces, and I've seen them before in the smaller size, but I've never had one that came in that larger size before, so I want to see what set these larger ones go to. So it looks like the larger ones only came in 2 sets, both from 1997 and both from the UFO theme, and that's Alien, Avenger, set 6975, and Interstellar Starfighter, set 6979. So far I've only seen the 2 of them in here, so my guess would be that it would be Interstellar Starfighter, just because that one only required 1 of each, but we'll see. Got a pirate flag. I know this goes to a ship, but I've not seen any ship pieces in here, so I'm going to see if it's in anything else. So this flag actually comes in 5 sets. I was kind of surprised. I didn't realize it was quite that many. A few years ago, I got the crossbone clipper. I found that for $52. It was complete, and I gave that to my brother, which was one of my all-time greatest deals because apparently right now there's only one for sale in the US on BrickLink, and it's $475. So that was a crazy good deal. My guess though is, since I don't see any pirate ship pieces in here and no raised base plates, is that it is the Pirate Ambush, which is set 6249 from 1997. I don't know where it is right off, but I know the little base plate for that set is in here, which is kind of a unique base plate, not the typical 16 by 32. It is 16 by 24. It's just a plain blue base plate, but I know I saw that mixed in here somewhere, so I think that is what that pirate flag goes to, and that's kind of a more rare set, so I would be super excited if that was mixed in. Got a nice dragon. The clips are still intact, so that's always exciting. Part of a Bionicle. I am not super well versed in Technic. I don't really have many Technic sets, if any. I think I have one that I know of, but I definitely know this is Technic. I just don't know what set. But it has very kind of defining dark turquoise pieces, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out based on that. So there are a few different sets that contain dark turquoise Technic pieces, but based on the build, it looks like the Cyber Strikers, which is set 8257 from 1998. So pretty cool there. Seen quite a few of these guys mixed in. Gonna see what that goes to. Looks like it could be a couple of different sets, but from the Stingrays line, either the Crab 6140, Sea Creeper 6109, or Sea Scorpion 6160, all of which are from 1998. So really hovering around the late 90s with most of the parts in here. Okay, so I've definitely seen these before for the insectoids, but not this size, so that's pretty exciting. Guessing it's probably one of the insectoid sets I've already mentioned, but a really cool piece there. Seen quite a few of these in here, so maybe something from the Western theme. Got a red train signal mast. I would have assumed red it came in more sets, but apparently it only came in one, which is the Indy Transport, set 6335 from 1996, and apparently 2 of them are in there, so need to find a second one if I want to complete that set. So this is kind of an interesting length for this plate, so I'm going to look this one up. So for most of the sets that this piece comes in, they're all from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. There's only one that came out in 1998, so that would be my guess, since that's the closest one date-wise to what's in this lot, and that is the Emergency Response Center, set 6479 from 1998, which is a rescue set, and I have seen, you know, some rescue-related parts in here, so I'm guessing that's probably the set that's in here. And that's a really cool set, so I would be super happy if that was in here. I've seen this piece before, but never in green, so I'm interested to see where this one comes from. So it actually only came in one set in green, and that's the Hydro Reef Wrecker, set 2162 from 1997, and that's an Aqua Raiders 1 set. So I don't know that I have any Aqua Raider 1 set, so that would be really cool to get. I love the green color that they use for that. Totally different. And I feel like I've seen some of the wheels mixed in from that lot. There are wheels like this, but in green. I feel like I've seen some of those in here. More insectoid pieces. Really cool and translucent. I've seen some soccer stuff. All kinds of really cool printed parts, translucent parts, just really classic 90s. Now, like I said, I really don't have a ton from this era because I got into Lego in 98, but I was like 5, 6 years old at the time. So I didn't have money and I wasn't buying a ton because obviously a little kid of that age doesn't have a lot of money. So I definitely don't have any of the sets that are mixed in here and would be happy with any of them. Usually when I get bulk lots like this, I just wash the pieces and sort them and upload them to BrickLink. But since this lot seems to be from someone who just took their life collection and put it in a tub and, sold it, I will probably try and sort this out by color and then go through it and pull sets from it and keep the sets for myself and do more YouTube videos on completed sets as I go. I don't do that very often because usually it's newer lots that I'm getting, so stuff after 2004, and there are vastly more colors and more complicated, more piece-intensive sets after that era. But since these sets tend to be larger but less pieces and I have less color to go through, I really think I will probably try and complete at least a few of these sets. So some of this you may see on BrickLink, but unless a lot of it is incomplete, I probably will be keeping a significant portion of this for my own personal collection, and of course share it with you all via YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But I'm super excited to get to go through this more and start sorting it by color and see what other sets are mixed in here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.